and welcome to World Tai Chi Day. Today has, for some years, the last Saturday in April, been designated as World Tai Chi Day, partly to give teachers like myself a chance to publicise what we do, but also to generate the power of lots and lots of people all doing Tai Chi and focusing on the fact that lots of people are doing Tai Chi. This makes a lot of sense when you remember that the origins of Tai Chi lie back in the days of the early centuries, the early parts of the millennium, going back into China, when all illness was seen as being due to an imbalance or blockage of energy. The idea of energy balance is visually embodied in the extremely famous yin-yang symbol. And the word Tai Chi, which is actually the original part of the name of this art that you practice, actually means ultimate, and it is strongly linked with the Tai Chi symbol. The idea is that we all have our own personal energy, and that by keeping our personal energy flowing, we keep ourselves healthy. But traditional Chinese medicine also recognises that there is an energy in the world, and that the world's energy interacts with our energy and vice versa. So by keeping our own energy flowing and balanced and as healthy as possible, we're also helping to keep the world's energy flowing and as balanced and as healthy as possible. So, as you go through the forms with me today, as well as thinking about what you're doing, I'd just like you to be aware that you are part of a huge movement today, and what you do to improve yourself can be seen as being part of something that in the end could actually improve the whole world. And during a mindfulness meditation, I will use that to focus on this idea of linked energy throughout the whole world. So just be prepared for that change, because I know some of you will be very familiar with the way I normally do these meditations. So I'm just warning you now that there will be something a little bit different. Excuse me. Frog in the throat. As ever, the beginning of the meditation will be signalled by the sound of a singing bowl, as will the end of it. And as ever, as I sound the singing bowl at the beginning, I will ask you to try and follow the sound of the bowl as it fades away. So, without further ado, I would like you to get yourself standing or comfortably seated where you're going to be doing the forms this morning. I'm just going to take a moment to just walk away from the camera and go towards the back of the room so that you can see the whole of my body. But as you close your eyes and get yourself prepared, I would like you to be very aware that you are not the only one doing this today. If nothing else, you're doing it with me, but you're also doing it with all the other people who are watching this video now, or will be watching it later, or depending on when you're watching it, have watched it earlier. That in a way links you to them very closely. So without further ado, let's get on with the forms. So if you're standing, I'd like you to get yourself into a nice good bear stance. Feet about a hip width apart, knees very slightly bent. If you can engage these core abdominal muscles, please do so. Get your back straight, get your neck straight. Try to make sure that your chin is parallel with the floor. And maybe imagine that you've got a little skyhook just pulling your head a little bit higher just to make you a little bit straighter. Oh, I do apologise. Stand with your hands gently by your side, and before we start the forms, just close your eyes. Just focus on your breathing. If you can, try to be aware of your own energy that spreads out around you. And maybe try to imagine your energy being linked to the energy of all the other people who are going to be doing Tai Chi today. And maybe take a moment to just decide how you want to feel at the end of this session, and keep that feeling in mind during this class. And when you're ready, with your next in breath, slowly let your arms float up in front of you. As you breathe out, just let them sink all the way down. Breathe in and let your arms float up. Breathe out and just let your arms sink down. And keep doing this movement gently, rhythmically. Find your own breath and your own rhythm. And just do what works for you. And through all the movements, be very alert for any signals that you may get that something that you're doing is causing discomfort. And just don't do it. Just modify what you do so that what you do follows what I'm doing as closely as possible. It does not cause any pain or discomfort, because when you have pain or discomfort, you're actually blocking the flow of energy, and that's not the idea at all. Just breathe in, just let your arms float up. As you breathe out, they sink back down again. And then the last time for this move. Breathe out, let your hands sink down at the bottom, just relax and let go. And just take a moment, just let everything relax. Check your stance, maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, make sure even your hands and feet are nice and relaxed. And then you go on to the second move. So this time as you breathe in, let your hands float up and then out. And as you breathe out, let your hands float back in and back down. Just move your arms as far as you can easily get them in one breath. Don't worry if your breath isn't sufficient to make this a very, very big move. Or alternatively, you can breathe in and then breathe out to that stage, and then breathe in and breathe out to do that, and then breathe in and breathe out as your hands sink again. As you breathe in, maybe you can imagine yourself breathing a good and positive energy in from the room. Maybe imagine yourself breathing in that good and positive energy more than people do inside you at the moment. Breathe in, breathe that energy in. As you breathe out, maybe you can imagine yourself releasing any stress or tension like gracefully. Breathe in, let your arms rise up and spread out. And as you breathe out, let your hands float back in and back down. And then the last time for this move. And at the bottom, relax and let go. And in the next in-breath, raise your arms as high as you can easily get them, but remember to keep your shoulders relaxed. Take a moment to make sure that you're quite comfortable in this slightly odd position. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, dip slightly on your left knee, and let your right arm float down to parallel with the floor. Watch your hands as you move it. And as you breathe in, the hand comes up, and the weight comes back to the centre, and then do the same on the other side, dipping the right knee and lowering the left arm. And as you move your hands through the air, if you like, you can imagine you've got rainbow coloured paint on your fingers, and that you're painting a rainbow in the air with your fingers. Breathe out, dip on one knee, let the opposite arm float down. As you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. And then the last time for this move. Breathe in, let your hand come up, let your weight come back to the centre, and then turn your hands outwards. As you breathe out, let your hands sweep all the way down by your side. As you breathe in again, let your hands float up to the top again. And maybe you can imagine that as you breathe out and let your hands sweep down, you're pushing away any clouds that surround you. Maybe those clouds are actually hiding that beautiful rainbow you just painted. So every time your hands sweep down, I'd like you to imagine that you can see more and more of that rainbow. And as you can see more and more of the rainbow, maybe you could imagine the sun coming out and shining through the rainbow, shining onto you. And imagine all that rainbow energy filling the air around you. And you're mixing everything up. Every time your hands float down, you mix all the energy up. And as you breathe in, you breathe the rainbow energy in. So that rainbow energy is mixing with your energy. And you're making sure that all your energy is completely mixed up, which is how it should be. And for the last time, breathe in, let your arms float up. And as you breathe out, let your hands float all the way back down. And at the bottom, just relax and let go. And bring your hands up into position with the palms up. If you can do it, this is a very good time to engage your core muscle. And as you breathe out, turn from the waist. Let one hand float out to one side. And as you breathe in, Then back to the front and the hand comes in. And then do the same on the other side. Every time your hand goes out, I want you to imagine that you're picking up some energy from outside you. And maybe that energy is coming from all the other people doing Tai Chi. From me, from all the other people watching this video. Everybody around the world who's doing Tai Chi today. And last time for this move, breathe out. Take one hand out, breathe in. Bring the hand back in. And just let your arms sink down by your side. And bring your hands up ready to balance your chin. So breathe in, imagine you're smoothing around that imaginary ball of energy, and as you breathe out, let the hands sink down. Be careful with this move, take your hands no higher than your heart. Breathe in, smooth round the ball, breathe out and let your hands sink. And then the last time for this move. Breathe out, let your hands sink down. And just for a moment, stand with your hands by your side in your lap or across in front of you. Just for a moment, close your eyes and take a moment to let everything settle. And then get yourself into position for the meditation. Excuse me, take it in. And when you're settled, I'd like to invite you to follow the sound of the singing bowl as it fades away. Follow the sound of the bowl as it fades into silence. I'd like you to become very aware of where you're sitting or laying. Take a moment to make sure you're really comfortable. And be really aware of where your body is supported by the bed or chair or wherever you are. Really be aware of the touch of the bed or chair on your body. And maybe just imagine gravity pulling you a little bit further in so that you relax just a little bit more. Then I'd like you to bring your attention to your breathing. Just want you to focus on the simple act of breathing in and breathing out. Don't change your breath in any way. Just be aware of every in-breath and every out-breath. And if other thoughts try to come in or take your mind away, that's perfectly natural. Minds think they do that. And when you notice that your mind has drifted away, gently lead your mind back to focusing on your breathing. Because right now, nothing else is important except just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. And it doesn't matter how many times you need to lead your mind back. Every time you notice that your mind has wandered, you are succeeding in being mindful, just as much as you are when you succeed in keeping your mind focused on your breath. What do you notice about each breath? Is each breath the same? Can you follow the movement of air in as you breathe in and then out as you breathe out? Are you aware of muscles moving? Maybe in your chest or abdomen? Whatever you're aware of, that's perfect for you. Don't need to change anything, just be aware of just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Maybe you can become aware of that momentary pause in between each breath. And your in-breath becomes an out-breath, and then your out-breath becomes an in-breath. Just for a tiny fraction of a second, everything stops. There is no movement. Just be aware of that moment. Don't hold your breath, don't change your breath, but just be aware of that fractional moment when everything is still. And you might like to remember that that moment of stillness happens hundreds and hundreds of times every day. You might like to think about the fact that you could tap into that stillness whenever you need it, simply by bringing your mind to focus on just this breath coming in and just this breath going out. Now we all have a place inside us where we keep good feelings that we can tap into when we need them, maybe stillness, calmness, peace, confidence, happiness. I want you to find that place now. With your next in-breath, I want you to breathe down into that place. And as you breathe out, I want you to feel that your out-breath carries with it the feeling that you need right now. And as you continue to breathe quite normally and gently, I want you to imagine that that feeling that you need right now is being breathed around the whole of your body. And after a few gentle, easy breaths, that feeling has been breathed right round your body, so that the whole of your body is filled with that feeling, all the way from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes. And just for a moment, be aware of your whole body, filled with that feeling that you need right now. And really enjoy that feeling. Now I'd like you to bring your focus back to your breath. And then slowly let your focus slip back out so that you become aware maybe of a touch of clothes on your skin. And then once again aware of the touch of the bed or chair on your body. And I'd like you to become more aware of the room and the sounds inside and outside it. Maybe other people in the room or in your house. Then I'd like you to let your awareness spread even further to your street, your town, and get an image in your mind of all the other people who today will be joining you in World Tai Chi Day. Maybe some of them doing Tai Chi for the first time. And I want you to imagine your energy spreading out from where you are, touching everybody in your house, everybody in your street, everybody in your town. Maybe reaching out to touch everybody in the world, whether or not they're joining in with World Tai Chi Day. And then bring your mind back to where you are right now. Slowly open your eyes. But as you do, keep in front of your mind the idea that any time you need to, you can recall the good feelings that you've had during this session, simply by bringing your focus to your breath, and that you can carry these good feelings with you through the rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed that. If this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I'm so glad you found me on World Tai Chi Day. And I hope you will consider watching more of my videos. If you are a regular watcher of these videos and enjoy them, then if you would like to see rather more of this, please do go to my Patreon page. The link is on the Crystal Wolf Qigong and Mindfulness page where this video will be archived. And follow the link to my Patreon page where you can sponsor me, which will enable me to actually do more of this sort of thing for my sponsors, and might even enable me to get some decent camera and sound equipment so the quality of the videos is better. Anyway, once again, thank you for joining me on World Tai Chi Day, and I hope the rest of your day goes well.